Hello everyone. Welcome back to Tony D's music channel. I'm Tony D, and today I'm going to tell you all about seeing Jeff Lynne's ELO in concert for the third time last Friday on the 27th. Now, I've seen them in concert twice before, in 2018 at Rosemont Arena, and 2019 at the United Center in Chicago. In 2019, it was a very special show because Danny Harrison, son of George Harrison, was the opening act. And I'm a big fan of Danny Harrison. His music is really different from his dad's, but I like it a lot. And it was amazing to see him up there. But I want to talk about last Friday's show, which they say will be the last ever tour of ELO. But a lot of bands have said that before and not really meant it, so we don't know what's really going to happen. But anyway, I want to give a shout out to Penelope Shaw and Isabella Shaw, who I had dinner with right before the show, and they were both so lovely and friendly. And when I got to the theater, to the United Center, I got this t-shirt here. Now, don't ask me what it costs, because if I tell you, I'm going to be in a puddle of tears. But I was really happy to get this shirt. And then I went up to my seat on the third floor. And I was still hungry after dinner, because I always am. And I got a cheeseburger, an Impossible cheeseburger. $12. Outrageous. Anyway, let's get to the show. It did not disappoint at all, because Jeff Lynne did not disappoint at all. I was a little bit worried because I know that Jeff Lynne's up there in age, like Paul McCartney, like Ringo Starr, not nearly as old as those two though. And there were some parts where that was evident to me when he was singing the song "Showdown," which is on the album On the Third Day. I really felt like he was not hitting the same high notes as you hear on the album version of the song "Showdown" from On the Third Day. And by the way, what a cool cover that is. What a cool cover. And in a different video after this, I'll talk more about all these great albums they made. But this set list was so perfect. Surprisingly, he only played ELO songs from the 70s. Nothing from the 80s, nothing from his recent solo albums. I say solo because they're called Jeff Lynne's ELO, but really it's just all about Jeff Lynne and then the backing band. Yeah, it was an incredible show, and I want to tell you about the set list. So, they played 10,538 Overture. If you don't know, that's the song that's all about someone whose friend went to prison, and it has this incredible string section to it, this incredible violin sound, and a cello too. I can still vividly recall being in college and hearing that while I was playing it on the radio station, and just being so blown away by that sound. I just get so bored when rock music is all about drums and guitar only and nothing else, that I love when bands get horn instruments in the songs and string instruments. My mind is blown by all that stuff. And that song with this cascading, this powerful sound from the cello is just astounding to me. That was in the set list. And of course, I can't get out of my head from the album El Dorado. I can't find it right now, but I have it. It's also on the Essential ELO, my introduction to them. Can't get out of my head. A beautiful little ballad. That was so beautiful to hear. And that one Jeff Lynne performed absolutely perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. And I want to talk about this album again, because he played Showdown from On the Third Day. Now, Showdown, if you have not heard it, is an incredible song. It's a pop song about two people having a fight, quite possibly on a train in public. Well, it is about a train, it's in the lyrics. And just the sounds of the string instruments in that song are out of this world. It starts off with the strings and just absolutely rocks. And I remember that this was from '74, and John Lennon was praising this song in an interview. Because that's what Jeff Lynne's whole mission was with the band ELO, was to be the Beatles, but with strings. As he said, he wanted the band to be the Beatles during the Strawberry Fields era, during '67, when the Beatles did really embrace strings. That's what makes ELO so great. And of course, I want to talk about the songs they played from this album, Face the Music, which had the hits on it, Evil Woman and Strange Magic. I'm sure you know Evil Woman. You must have heard it if you've heard it on the radio. You can also hear it if you watch the HBO show Hacks, where it's playing in the season 3 premiere episode. But Evil Woman, I mean, there are a number of songs from rock and roll and pop about an evil woman. There's a song called Evil Woman by Cliff Richards, which is also a pretty good song. But ELO's song, Evil Woman, is much better. I don't think it was until I was really an adult that I even knew what all the lyrics were. And I don't think it's talked about enough what a great lyricist Jeff Lynne is. We know that he co-wrote songs with George Harrison and Roy Orbison and Tom Petty in the 80s and 90s, but he should get credit for his lyrics. The lyrics in Evil Woman just blew me away. The lyric of, "You've destroyed all the virtues that the Lord gave you." Think of how profound that is. The Lord gave you all these virtues, and you destroyed all of them. I mean, it's just, again, people really should give him credit for being a great lyricist. And Strange Magic, what a beautiful song that is. I don't know what it's really all about, because I don't think it's really all about much of anything. But it's such a beautiful song. And that's one of those songs by ELO where the highlight of it is the background vocals from these beautiful women. And of course, when you see ELO live, you see he has several women in the background performing beautiful vocals. I can show you photos in this tour book right here. I got this for my birthday, the Wembley or Bust Jeff Lynne's ELO 50th anniversary book. I just want to show some photos of these wonderful background singers. You can see someone right there. This is, if you can find this book on his website, you got to get it. A beautiful violinist right there. But Evil Woman, brilliant song. Strange Magic, absolutely beautiful. It sounds almost spiritual, almost ethereal, almost otherworldly, really, in the lyrics. And if you close your eyes, you can almost picture another dimension, another world that he's describing in the lyrics. I absolutely love it. And then I want to talk about the songs they played from this album, A New World Record, from 1976. Isn't that an amazing cover photo? That's the logo for ELO right there. And that was also the set for the concert. They built an entire set that was meant to look at that logo. Now, I wish he had played more from this album, but I'm not going to complain. But anyway, from the album, he played Do Ya, and Living Thing, and Rock Aria, and Telephone Line. I want to talk about each of those songs. Do Ya, of course, is just a perfect pop song. And I remember hearing it in so many places back when I was a teenager. It was on the radio, on the classic rock station, and they even played it. The band played it on Conan O'Brien's late night show. I don't remember what the occasion was, but it was so awesome to hear his band play a little bit of that song when some guest came out. I don't remember who it was, but it was just so great. Even in 2006, 2005, that song was on the radio on a TV show. It was so great. But Do Ya is such an awesome song. Uh, uh, so many pop songs about, asking a woman, do you want my love? It's pretty basic, but I love what Jeff Lynne does with this song. And of course, I want to talk about rock aria, combining the words rock and aria, as in an aria in an opera. And being there live to see this woman, this singer, perform the aria part of that song is just so out of this world, astounding. What other kind of band would combine rock and roll and an opera like that? I'm not a fan of operas at all, but to combine, uh, I say that, but other bands have combined rock and roll and opera, like The Who, obviously, and maybe a few others I'm forgetting at the moment. But that was just out of this world. And of course, the best track on a New World record is Telephone Line. And I gotta talk about that because I got a single 45 picture sleeve of Telephone Line off eBay. And I want to talk about this because this single is part of the reason why I am not buying any more singles off eBay. Look at how scratched and dirty the back of the cover sleeve is. I contacted the seller and they told me, oh, it looked like that on the photo. Nope, that's a damn lie. Nope. Now the single itself is on green colored vinyl, as you can see there. That's very cool. But I just want the picture sleeve to be perfect. Why can't I just get that? That's as important as the record to me. But Telephone Line, what a perfect song. How many of us can't relate to the feeling of trying to call someone we want to hear from because we're in love with them, or we love hearing from them and we just can't get through for whatever reason? That's the feeling he captured in that song. And I also want to say that listen to the drums in Telephone Line. The drum fills really, really help propel that song along. Oh, it's just so beautiful. And then I want to talk about the songs they played. And they played at least 5 different songs from their best album, Out the Blue. One of the greatest cover photos of all time. Can you see that? Yeah, that's just one of the best photos. I mean, they played Turn to Stone, Sweet Talking Woman, Stepping Out, Standing in the Rain, Mr. Blue Sky. Truly, truly a masterpiece. Now, Turn to Stone, I want to talk about that song. The first time I heard that, I'm pretty sure that I heard that for the first time in high school during a class on photography, where they would always play a mix CD during class. And that was the first time I also heard the Beatles' Your Blues and Old Brown Shoe by the Beatles. Your Blues was haunting. That was a haunting song, and still is a haunting song. I did not know why John Lennon was singing about suicide. But back to ELO, Turn to Stone. How Jeff Lynne captured his vocals in that song, I don't understand. I've tried to sing the song karaoke. It is almost impossible. The way it must have been double tracked many times. I mean, he does it live too. So I just don't know. Turn to Stone is, again, the lyrics are incredible. I want to talk about how great Jeff Lynne was as a lyricist, because he is a great lyricist. It's all about someone embracing their lonely new world now that their lover is gone. Again, another very, very relatable emotion. And his vocals are out of this world on this. He does this crazy thing where it's starting to sound like there are 3 different voices in it. My world is turning to stone, turning to stone, turning to stone. And then, oh God, it's just incredible. And then, of course, another big hit from the album, Sweet Talking Woman. Might be my favorite ELO song. I never even ranked a favorite ELO song, but that one is incredible. Again, also very relatable lyrics right there about someone not hearing from the woman that they love, and then being confused about where they are. That's happened to me many times. And just the melodies on that are amazing. And the strings, and that's the song with the vocoder, where this man uses the microphone to make his voice sound very robotic, like ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, I love Sweet Talking Woman. And then I believe at the concert they started out with, well, it wasn't the first track, but it was somewhere in the set list of the concert, was Stepping Out. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Stepping Out. It was Big Wheels, followed by Mr. Blue Sky. Again, oh God, thinking of these songs just makes me so happy. But Big Wheels and Stepping Out are both songs about stepping out and moving on with your life and growing up. All emotions and ideas we can all relate to. And then, of course, it transitions into Mr. Blue Sky, which, again, you probably already know from the radio, if you play any classic rock radio. Mr. Blue Sky is a song I always think about when I am outside and it's all of a sudden sunny out. How could you not think about that? It's one of the catchiest songs ever. I love Mr. Blue Sky. Now I want to mention this because I got the vinyl of Out the Blue also. I got this right near my home at Hipcat Records in Wilmette. Look at the gatefold. Look at that. The cover is amazing. Again, that's the logo. Well, I shouldn't say logo. No, that is their logo. It's a spaceship. And I think the meaning of the spaceship is that listening to these songs makes you feel like you're outside the earth, somewhere else. I don't know what Jeff Lynne meant there, but that's what I believe. Yeah. And then I want to talk about the album Discovery from '79. Can you see that photo? Man, I still got the hype sticker on here from Best Buy. Oh, man, that is so cool. Oh, that is so cool. They played a few songs from this album at the concert on Friday. Shine a Little Love, Last Train to London, and Don't Bring Me Down. Don't Bring Me Down was the only #1 hit single for ELO, which ironically does not have any string instruments on it. But yeah, I want to talk about Shine a Little Love. That is, again, such a catchy song. The lyrics, of course, are about very common lyrics in pop songs. About a woman who has come into this man's life, and his life has gotten better because she shines a little love on it. There's a very similar song by the Four Tops called... I haven't listened to Four Tops in a while. I'm forgetting it now. My Life is So Much Sweeter, I think. I'll remember it later, and I'll tell you about it later. Yeah, Shine a Little Love is awesome. It has... It's almost like a Beatles song. It is. I mean, all of the ELO songs are like Beatles songs. But Shine a Little Love has the hand claps, which are found in so many Beatles songs. And then, of course, Last Train to London is so cool. It is such a cool song. And as Jeff Lynne wrote about in this big book, Last Train to London is all about back when he would hang out in London and just travel around in the train. I don't know if there are any music videos with ELO, but Last Train to London should have had a music video where you see people going to London on the train. I know it sounds simple, but I just want a video of that. That's what I picture in my mind when I listen to this. And then, of course, Don't Bring Me Down, the biggest hit single for them. That's an incredible song. I mean, no strings is very unfortunate for that song, but there's still so much going on in that song. And he even uses the word Bruce in the chorus. Now, if you don't know, Bruce is German word for hello. I'm pretty sure that is true. I did look that up. And I do want to mention, because I just mentioned the Beatles, that Jeff Lynne co-produced the George Harrison album Cloud 9, which I mentioned on this channel otherwise. Now, not only did he produce the George Harrison album Cloud 9, but in that same year, he produced Roy Orbison's album Mystery Girl, the first album for Orbison to be a hit in decades. I want it to be known that Jeff Lynne is a brilliant lyricist, a brilliant producer, and a brilliant performer. I was paying very close attention during the concert to whether or not he would hit the same high notes he hit when recording these songs back in the 70s. And in some cases he did. Although Showdown didn't sound exactly like the recording, but mostly it sounded just like the songs on the CDs. And that's what was so great about this. It was great getting to watch Jeff Lynne, getting to watch the very talented women sing in the background, the opera singer, the drummer, the violinist, the cellist. Oh, it was all so incredible. So anyway, that's my review of my third time seeing Jeff Lynne's ELO in Chicago, with a dinner beforehand with Penelope and Isabella Shaw. And I'm going to do many videos on this channel later about the individual ELO albums. And thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you've seen ELO in concert. And please like, share, and subscribe this video.